Hey guys, and welcome back to Franchise Nation. I'm your host, Moonlightswami, and today I'm bringing you guys another prospect spotlight. We are looking at corners in this draft so far. I'm going to take the advice of one of my subscribers. For any players that have undrafted potential, I'm not going to cover them. If you want to see every player from the draft class, take a look at the sheet in the description below. I updated, I already did the full write-up for every player so far. Obviously, I don't have the combine information, but that way you can take a look and follow along. And I'm just going to cover the guys who have draftable potential. So even the guys with the red who might end up being like a 7th round talent, I'm still going to show them because they're not undrafted free agent potential. And final note on the sheet, you might see some players that have dashes next to their time and round. That means that there is no information on them, but they did have a draft story. So basically there's that. There is, I think, only 2 players who have that as of right now. One of them is indeed a corner, so I'll probably start with him because he's not even on the board at the moment. But he is an interesting player to say the least, and I think that we can at least make a note for him. So first off, we have DeMarco Hanoyan. He will be sitting out the rest of the season for academic reasons. He is a corner. I know nothing more about him. Just something to keep in mind. I put him on the board because if he shows up, he might be something special, just like LaJarvis Ball was last year. Taking a look at the corners, though, let's start off with Lamar Hinton. He's an early first rounder out of Auburn, 6 foot, 22 years old, run support, B+ man, B press, C+ zone. That man coverage is going to be very useful for him. Definitely a talented player. I could see him going in the top 15. It's just that type of good. He's just that good. Next up, we have Quintarius Watt, a mid-first rounder out of Georgia, 6'2", 23 years old, B+ press, B- zone, B- man. So he's a little bit older, a little bit taller, not as good in man coverage, but he's still a very good player and someone who teams could absolutely build around at corner. Next up, we have one of my favorite last names in all of football, Antoine Atogwe. If you guys remember from the St. Louis Rams, OJ Atogwe was awesome. I loved using him. So in Madden and things like that. But mid-first rounder out of Georgia, another Georgia guy. So 2 players from Georgia, both of them in the top 10. That's a scary duo. B+ man coverage, B- press, C+ zone. After that, we have Derek Lehan, who is 6'1", 213, a late first rounder out of LSU, DBU. Zone, B+ zone, B- press, B- man coverage. Really good player. After that, we have Nate Burgess, 5'10", 23 years old out of Texas A&M, an early second rounder with early first talent. A- press, B zone, B- man coverage. He's going to be a darn good player. But he's the guy who we're looking at. While he doesn't stand out in terms of his attributes, he's 6'4", 214 at 22 years old. Ohio State is his college. He's a prototype. C+ man, press, and zone coverage. Honestly, if he's there at the beginning of the second round, we might trade up. He would really be useful, especially if he has a good combine. That's not a guarantee, but he might. Next up is Carrington Ruff, 5'10", 205, 21 years old, out of Delaware State. B zone coverage, C press, C- man coverage. Late second round projection, early 7th talent. Not that good, but definitely someone that probably get picked. Next up, we have Jamal Roth out of Texas. He's 23 years old, a mid-third rounder with mid-third potential. B zone coverage, C press, C- man. Not a fan of his. He does have the talent level, but he'd really need to wow me for me to even consider him. Next up, we have Cavante Brookins, 5'10", 188, out of Houston. C+ zone, C play recognition, C press. Early 7th round talent and mid-third projection. Nothing too special here. Okay, next up is Braxton Tolliver, 6'2", 208, out of Kansas. Another guy with mid-third round talent, mid-7th talent, and mid-third projection. B zone, C+ press, C man coverage. Nothing too special. Ernest Burley is better zone guy out of Oklahoma State, mid-6th round talent. 6'1", 210, B+ zone, C+ press, C man coverage. Then we're going to jump down a little bit. Abraham Raji, not that good. Late 4th, late 6th potential. I would assume that he has some sort of beneficial combine information for him. Otherwise, he really shouldn't be draft eligible. Braxton Billups is next. C+ zone, C play rec, C- man, early 5th rounder with late 6th potential, nothing too special. Then we get into some of the guys who do have same round potential. Dion Hageman, late 5th rounder out of Nebraska, 6 foot, 23 years old, C zone, C man, C- tackle, not good, but not bad. Jalen Lober is an interesting player out of Colorado, late 6th rounder with late 6th potential, 5'11", 205, at 22 years old, B zone, C- man, C- press. After that, we have DeAndre Britton, B zone, C+ press, C- man, out of Pittsburgh, 6'2". And the last guy that we're going to look at is Watts Boston. I don't have his information right here, but I do have it on the sheet. He's 6'2", 208 out of Illinois State with same round potential, mid-7th. B zone coverage, C press, C man coverage. So there's some guys towards the end of the draft who at least have something that could pique my interest. But for the most part, we really don't have a lot of good corners as it gets later. So if we can end up picking up that corner who's 6'4", then I think we'll be really set, especially with Delvin Breaux looking like he's declining and fast. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm Moonlightswami. This was the prospect spotlight for defensive backs, for corners. We will have more coming to you guys on Tuesday, so stay tuned for that. I'm Moonlightswami, and I'll be talking to you guys later. Peace!